Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general tarot reading for Pisces for the week of September 28th through October 4th. Try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Four of Pentacles. This is routine. This is habit. This is foundational stuff in life, okay? This could be square one. I think a lot of you are probably kind of going back to basics in some aspect of your life, considering the foundations upon which other things can be built, okay? Getting back to a good routine, a good just kind of daily habits, you know? Considering those very elementary or elemental needs and requirements, you know, the water, shelter, food, and fire kind of components of life. I think that some of you are learning to let go of the past in order to embrace what could be a more abundant future. This is a card also of frugality, clipping coupons and trying to tighten the belt. I think some of you are learning the value of investments, okay, or the requirement for investing your time, effort, energy, money, and space into other things, okay? So kind of taking stock, taking inventory of our resources and how we're using those resources and how we're using them productively. Okay, I think it's not just a lot of like consumer type of stuff. I think it's investments. Okay, investing in people, investing in places, investing in, you know, financial opportunities and that sort of thing. Investing in yourself. I think that, like I said, for a lot of you, this kind of feels like we're going back to basics a little bit. Okay, foundational stuff. I think a lot of you are probably involved or focused now, this week at least, focused more on physical health and physical routines. Let's put this card into a little bit of context and let's see what's going on. We have a Hierophant. We have a Seven of Swords. We have a Tower. We have an Ace of Cups. We have a Devil energy. We have a Six of Cups. Six of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, and interesting, a Princess of Wands. A lot of interesting cards here today. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it right over here with Mr. Tao, the yin-yang duck, right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card might be, put your prediction in the comments below the video. Okay. Now, as we look around the room, we see major, major, major. We have fire. We have water, good water energy. We have a little bit of air. And we have our Earth cards. Okay, so like I said, with the Four of Pentacles, it feels like there is a need to kind of consolidate resources, to take stock, take inventory of what we have, and see how we're investing all that kind of stuff, okay? I feel like there is also, for a lot of you, a return to the sort of just the basics of your physical health, okay? Focusing on those very fundamental routines, the basic needs of your body, getting in touch with your body, and kind of, you know, getting those foundational habits established again. Okay, we have the Hierophant here, which is a card of help. It's a card of outside advice, wisdom. It's a card of well, it can be a card of mastery. What I feel like this is for a lot of you is seeking out and finding sources of information in your life. Okay, as you're trying to sort of reestablish yourself in a particular rhythm or a particular routine of life. I kind of like the word rhythm better. I feel like you're seeking out new sources of information, whether it's YouTube videos, podcasts, books, people that sort of, like personalities that kind of embody the things that you're trying to implement in your own life. Okay, I think you're sort of seeking out the wisdom and guidance from some of those areas. Okay, so seeking out the knowledge and the guidance that's going to kind of assist you in the establishment of what you're doing in your life. Sometimes we need to seek out that mentor energy. That we need to see how other people are doing it and how we can implement some of those ideas. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to follow somebody else 100%, like you find your guru on YouTube or something and you do everything they tell you to do. No, I feel like you're being very discerning. Kind of have that Seven of Swords energy here too. So I feel like you're seeking out new sources of information, but you're also being very careful about which advice you're welcoming in and what you're going to implement. You're picking and choosing a little bit, and I think that's good. Because it's better than kind of all or nothing. It's either you take everything that they say and you follow it to the letter, or you just reject all of it and you say, I'm going to reinvent the wheel. Okay? I think you're able to read books and listen to lectures and podcasts and all these things, and you're able to take in all of this advice, but then you're going to figure out what works for you. Okay? So I think right now, this week, seems to be a good time for you to seek out those sources of information, whether it's books, podcasts, YouTube channels, or whatever it might be. Okay, maybe actually people, in the flesh that live near you. Take a class or find somebody that can offer some guidance in whatever you're doing right now. It doesn't matter what you're up to, but in some area of your life, I think seeking out the outside wisdom, knowledge, or mentorship is going to help you. I think the Seven of Swords is also going to help you because to me this feels like you're not taking everything. You're able to sort through what is meaningful and what can apply to your life and what things you can discard. You don't have to just accept everything 100% or nothing at all. You can take what works. Okay, you can take those things that actually make sense in your context. Okay, or given who you are as a person, some advice is just not going to apply to you, The Seven of Swords, I think, for a lot of you now, is kind of like telling you not to get distracted by anything else in your life, because what you're doing right now needs your focus, and it needs you to be committed to it and really be kind of locked in on it. So, if this is a work thing, if it's at home, if it's at school, whatever it is you're doing, don't get distracted by some other path that may feel like it would be easier, okay? Or sort of even less complicated, there's a simpler way or something like this. I kind of feel with this card all roads lead to Rome right now. And so it's just a matter of you picking a road, picking a practice, or picking, whatever this is, and sticking with it, not feeling as if the grass is greener on the other side or something, okay? So this is a week of trying to avoid the distractions, trying to avoid those, that sort of internal criticism that says, this isn't working, I should be doing something else, this is a waste of my time. It's kind of like, this is almost a card of not trusting yourself. So I think for this week, it's important that you look out for that sort of mistrust. Don't let it knock you off balance, because what you're trying to do right now is worthwhile. What you're trying to do in your life right now is going to lead to better things. It's just a matter of you sticking with it and learning the new things you need to learn, maybe even seeking out those other sources of knowledge, not so much for advice, but maybe just for a sense of camaraderie, or even for motivation, okay? You also have a Tower in your reading today, and this Tower to me feels like a wake-up moment, Okay, I feel like for some of you this may be a near miss. I kind of feel that there might have been like a health scare or something like this that happened in the recent past for you. It's something that really like woke you up in a way that, you know, like you got like the pins and needles, like your adrenaline's flowing, like something really like startled you awake. And I feel like that led to you implementing a lot of changes in your life. I think that it could be like a spontaneous Kundalini awakening. This could be a near miss. It could be like a health scare, or something along those lines. But this to me feels like it's an event, right? It's a tower event that really changed your perspective on something. It changed the way that you are thinking about, the way you're looking at your life, and the way that you're kind of responding to the world. Okay, and I feel like it's kind of led to some of this Four of Pentacles stuff, some of this foundational things where it's just like, we better take care of this building from the ground up, you know, better take care of that kind of root chakra stuff to make sure that we can, you know, continue on and pursue our goals with health and longevity and all that stuff, okay? So I feel like for this week, a lot of you are more focused on your physical health than anything else. It could be financial health, but I'm kind of feeling it's like we're really trying to get back to basics, and something seems to like really have like shaken us awake. Yeah, and to me that's the tower event here. The Ace of Cups here at the top, I feel like this is really an opportunity for a lot of you to start a path of healing, a path of, well, prosperity, a path of joy and love and well-being, okay? I think for some of you, this might also be kind of like a good time for pursuing interests of the heart, pursuing either creative interests or pursuing a path of healing or health or longevity, starting things that make you feel healthier, make you feel stronger, make you feel more joy, okay? Starting things that are going to like replenish your energy, being of service, maybe volunteering places, starting things in your life right now that aren't work, that aren't like, I was gonna say that aren't hard or difficult, but I think things that you know are uplifting. Starting things that are going to raise your spirits, starting things that are going to make you feel happier and healthier and not stressed out. Okay, I feel like that's kind of a big thing right now, is that you got to do things that are going to feel good to your soul, because that's going to be good for your body too. Okay, it would be a good time for new romance, as long as that romance doesn't become stressful or become almost like work or becomes too difficult. So I think right now is to begin things that feel easy. Begin things that feel happy and feel healthy and feel like they are replenishing some of your vitality and replenishing some of your spirit, that are making your heart feel good, okay? Because that's kind of the opposite of stress. You know, stress is bad for your body, and I think the opposite of that, pursuing things that are the opposite of stress, are going to be very good for your soul, very good for your heart, very good for your body, okay? The devil energy in this position here, I feel that you have a lot of goals. You're a very ambitious person right now, and I think that you're not trying to run up this mountain too quickly. Okay, I think that your goals are long-term goals. I think a lot of you have either physical goals or financial goals that are long-term. And I think it's important that you kind of focus on the foundational things, those kind of the basics of something right now, because you want to have the endurance to pursue those long-term goals. Okay, to me, the devil energy is an engine. And I feel like right now is a time for making sure like we got the tires, make sure the engine's good, make sure the transmission of the car works. Just kind of, do those the basic check-ins on the vehicle. Because we want this, we want the longevity. I think that you're involved, a lot of you are involved in something that is kind of a life's work or a magnum opus, kind of a great work kind of thing. And it's not just not talking about short-term goals. I think this is really about the long-term stuff, or what maybe legacy, right? What you're trying to leave behind, what kind of an impact you're trying to make on the world. And so I feel that there's a need for this kind of ground floor focus right now so that you can build these larger structures in your life. Okay. You have a 6 of Cups in your reading as well, which for a lot of you is going to be a focus on family. Again, stuff that is uplifting, stuff that feels harmonious, things that feel like they are healthy and healing for you. This is an emotional health. The 6 of Pentacles is the physical health. This is a card of pleasure. I think that you are focusing this week more on things that give you pleasure than that give you pain. Okay? Focusing on the path, the work that is easy. It's kind of like it's not a time right now for resistance. It's a time, so it's not a time for like lifting weights. It's a time for like swimming and like, going for calm, gentle walks and things like that, I'm not a fitness person really. I'm not a medical professional or anything. I feel like a lot of you are focusing more on those things that bring your heart joy and kind of uplift your spirits. I feel like that is a big focus right now. This is that card of family. This is that card of community. I think a lot of you are either volunteering or you're doing some kind of community service or some sort of work around the neighborhood or for other people. Focusing on kind of, bringing people together in a gentle way. Making, again, kind of with that harmony, it feels like there's a tranquility, it feels like there's an ease. I feel like you're looking to take things a little bit more slowly and realizing, I think, with those long-term goals, that slow and steady is going to get you up the mountain. Maybe that tower is like you kind of burned yourself out, maybe trying to go too fast at some point. Okay? So I feel like this... Excuse me there, I had to hit the cough button. Still quite ill over here. The 6 of Cups is that sort of interconnectedness. Okay, feeling as if we're valuing the quality time with our people. So now I think is really about appreciating what you have around you rather than working to build more. Okay, the 6 of Pentacles is the physical health. I think that this is, again, you focusing on those basics, those foundational things in order to bring about kind of more of a robust physical health. Okay, we could be talking finances here as well, and I think they really go hand in hand. I think that you're trying to also kind of slowly build up your financial wealth. I think that a lot of you this week are going to experience some very positive feedback about some work that you've done. Okay, something that because I kind of feel like you're trying not to count your chickens before they hatch, or whatever that phrase is. I think that you're trying to I don't know if there's like something you want to buy or someplace you want to go or some investment you want to make, but you're holding off. You're saying, not yet. I got to wait to see if something's going to work out. It is working out. This is a card of success after worry. Okay? So I feel like a lot of you are going to experience some financial success this week that is going to kind of prove your, I don't know if it's going to like prove your worth or prove your idea or something like that. That's kind of what I'm feeling, that you're kind of worried about something, but once you see that it's successful, that's going to open up another pathway for you. Okay, maybe it's a vacation or something like this, or it's going to be a higher level investment or something else is going on. But the success, okay, a lot of success is going to be entering into your life. The next card is the 10 of Cups, satiety. Okay, I think it's really important that you learn to slow down, that you learn to embrace moments in your life where you don't need or want anything. This is that sort of rest and digest. This is satiety. This is like you've been to the buffet, you've eaten just the right amount of food, and you're just sitting there and existing with, you got your friends, your family around you, and you don't want anything. You say, in this moment, I don't need anything. In this moment, everything is perfect. Okay? And I think you know that very soon you'll be hungry again, right? But trying to prolong these moments, trying to experience more of those moments where you can just be with the people around you and just think like, wow, like, I'm lucky. Life is good. You know, appreciating those moments, which I think they tend to come few and far between sometimes, especially when you're very ambitious. And I think you do have these long-term goals. I think that it's more important now than ever for you to take some time sometimes to slow down and just appreciate the people around you and just acknowledge the blessings that you have in your life, okay? Especially after that tower moment. I'm curious what that tower was for you. Because I feel like now the tower has kind of told you, like, okay, I better slow down a little bit. You know, I better just start appreciating things that I have in my life now, because I think, you know, the towers kind of bring us back to that very, very real awareness that all of this could go away at any moment, you know? So I think there's a deeper gratitude, a deeper appreciation in your life, and I think this week you're realizing that you've got to take more time to just be with your life and be content and not always be feeling like you have to be doing things. Yeah, to not always have to be on the go. Yeah, it's like you've been to the buffet, you've eaten your food, and you're sitting there in the booth and you're just enjoying being full and being with your people. It's not like, okay, I'm done eating, let's get up, let's go. You're letting it linger, you know, and I think that's a very good practice. Now, of course, you have the Princess of Wands there at the end, which to me is kind of like we're taking a risk again. We're getting active. We're starting to get curious. We're getting excited again. I feel like there's a return of this very fiery energy for you. I feel like it is a youthfulness that's coming back. And it's really a card that's saying, like, go explore life, take some risks, do exciting things, follow your heart. And, you know, you don't have to play it safe all the time. Of course, it's very different. The Princess of Wands is very different than our Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is saying, I'm going to keep my stuff contained, I'm going to take an inventory of what I have, and I'm going to conserve it, I'm going to clip coupons, I'm not going to spend my money. The Princess of Wands is out there just kind of, you know, if something is exciting, if something looks good, they're going to do it. If they want something, they're going to buy it. So this is someone that really just likes to shop, you know. And so I feel that there's a time and a place for everything for you. I think that with the success that is coming into your life with that Six of Pentacles, it's important that you let yourself have some fun with that win, you know, but responsibly, I think, is kind of the idea. The Princess of Wands could be dancing with the tiger, could be really reckless at times. And so it's just, it's a matter of, like, you're going to have that feeling. And I think that card wants you to go and explore new things that bring you joy, that bring you excitement, that feel good. And so when we have a tower moment, it does two things to us, right? On the one hand, it makes us want to be very safe. I'm going to be very, very cautious about every movement, because that next step could be a doozy, right? You never know. And so I'm going to be very prudent. I'm going to be very careful. But then the tower moment, it could also do the opposite to us. It could say, well, you know what? Life is short. I better just play hard. You know, I can't take my money with me. I might as well just spend it all. I might as well take risks, because you never know when it's all going to go away, you know. And so I think you have kind of both of those energies this week. And I think it really is, it's a matter of you embracing both of those and trying to express both of those ideas, but in a way that's going to be healthy, in a way that's going to be in alignment with your long-term goals. Okay. Now let's look at the mystery card. See what is going on over here. I don't know what this is going to be. I feel like maybe it's going to be a Four of Cups. I feel like maybe it's going to be a card of healing. I feel like it's going to be some water energy, yeah. Let's see what we have. A Knight of Cups, yeah. Knight of Cups is really kind of like, I think, not wasting any time, you know? I feel like the Knight of Cups is now like, because you've been through this Tower event, that you're kind of taking your heart in your hands and you're saying, life is short, and I've got to take these emotional risks. I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to do what I've always wanted to do. I'm not going to waste any time anymore. I'm not going to shy away from life, right? I'm not going to manifest a ceiling, right? I'm not going to play it safe. I'm going to play it responsibly, but I'm going to invest my heart in things. I'm going to go do those things. I always wanted to climb a mountain. I'm going to go climb a mountain. I always wanted to go scuba diving. I'm going to go scuba diving. You know, doesn't mean you're just going to you're going to dive in and not learn and not train. Of course, you have your Hierophant, right? So you're going to figure out a responsible way to do these things, but this is about following those passions, following those interests, and letting yourself be letting yourself be vulnerable. Yeah, taking the emotional risks, I guess. And so it's like, I'm going to tell my family, how much I love them. I'm not going to shy away from my feelings. I'm not going to hide from the things in life that I really want to do. Yeah. And so I wonder, even if for a lot of you, your goals are kind of changing right now. I wonder if maybe with this devil energy, you're kind of maybe realizing that the ambitions that I used to have, I don't have those anymore. The things I want in my life are different than they used to be. Maybe these were very material goals. Maybe these were very career-oriented or something like this, right? And now you're saying, my goals are different now. I don't know that they're necessarily it's either or, but I do feel like your goals now are taking on a more like authentic, a more sort of a more emotional tone. I think for a lot of you, this is going to be kind of a shift into more creative goals, more artistic expression, and even like more romance and things like that, rather than just this, perhaps just the career or the very practical or the very financial type of stuff. I feel like there's a shift toward more creativity, more meaning, more purpose, more depth, and that could include more romance. Okay, so if you're looking for romance, I think this would be a very good time to shift your focus over to that. I think it would be a good time to shift your focus over to family and friends and sort of, doing things that make your heart feel good, basically. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, we'll do an I Ching hexagram. We'll do some oracle cards. There's a link in the corner. There's a link down below. New readings for Pisces, Tuesdays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.